feel like it's been a minute since I've done a drive-through vlog, so I'm gonna do a quick one. I'm so tired. I look such a freaking wreck, as usual. I am gonna do a protein treatment on my hair today because it is a mess. God, I feel so emotional right now. I really feel like I could start crying right now. I was listening to this podcast called Milk Street, and it's Christopher Kimball. He was a guy that used to be on PBS. It may be still on PBS. I don't have PBS because I have Sling. So he was part of America's Test Kitchen, and then he parted ways with them, but I still watch America's Test Kitchen because I have the PBS Living channel through Amazon. God, I pay so much money for TV. But anyway, so he has a podcast, Milk Street. He has a show, Milk Street. But on his podcast, he has Nicole Byer, and they're talking about Nailed It, and she's talking about Jacques Torres and how she hadn't met him until they started filming. And then, like, she just shows up, and she didn't know who he was, and you know, she's like, he's just a super nice dude, and he's very kind, and she's like, there's no way he's going to like my jokes. And then she said something's really filthy, and he just started cracking up, and she discovered that they had the same sense of humor. And you can tell if you watch the show, which is a delightful show. I have so many episodes of it that I haven't seen at this point, which I need to remedy. Sounds like a good plan for today. It's one of those shows I always think Kayla's going to watch with me, and then like our time to watch TV together just dwindles. Okay, hold on. Anyway, so she said they started cracking up, and she's like, oh my God, he's like, we have the same sense of humor. We think the same things are funny. And then she went home and Googled him, and she was like, holy shit, he's a world-renowned pastry chef and whatever. And then she said that she's telling Christopher Kimball that it's like she's so grateful for him, and that his wife is so nice, and that, like, because she doesn't have parents, she thinks like the universe puts older people in her life to, like, you know, sort of fill that spot. So here's the thing, like, in general, like on a day-to-day basis, like, I don't just start breaking out crying about my mom not being here, my dad not being here, and being an adult orphan. I mean, it fucking sucks. Like, anybody who is in my position will tell you that, you know, not having parents, it sucks. And then I'm so lucky that I had these wonderful parents, and so many people don't have parents who are wonderful, or so many people don't have parents, and I'm just so lucky they were here for as long as they were here. Anyway, that was just really sweet. And also, my fucking hormones make me want to cry for every fucking thing. My turning 50 during a pandemic is not the fucking business, you guys. Like, seriously. Because it's as if when I turned 50, my body just went, oh, you thought you had those menopause hormone mood swings before. Well, now you're 50. So, fuck, it sucks. It's terrible. Like I'm fine. Like, in 2 minutes from now, I'm going to be totally fine. But for some reason, just hearing that just completely, like, whatever. I'm really going to end this with a happier note, but, like, I'm seriously sitting here in the drive-thru, like, crying, thinking about, it was mostly how sweet that was, how really great that was, you know. Nicole, who's this young black comedian, and Jacques, who's this old white French man. I mean, and just the beauty of that, especially right now in this day and age. And let me pick up my coffee, and I'll come back and not be crying. I'm back. I'm not crying at all. Done with that for the day, I hope. God, my house is such a mess. You know, like, I have enough free time that my house shouldn't be a mess, and I should be organized, and I shouldn't, like, store bags of cat food up on top of my treadmill. But at the same time, it's probably always going to be like that. Anyway, whatever. Hormones suck. Pandemics suck. That's a double suck. And, you know, whatever. Mostly I'm fine. I hope that mostly you guys are fine, because, you know, things could be a lot fucking worse than wanting to cry every couple minutes and freaking out about shit. Like, last night, my kid wanted McDonald's, and I got the McDonald's app, and because I figured, okay, you just order, and then you kind of roll up there and pick it up, and which you do, and I think it could be great, but like you press the thing that says I'm here, and then it was like share your location, and you can press that or say maybe later. And I said maybe later because I'm like feeling like I'm gonna, instead of like letting you see where I am, I'm just telling you I'm here. And then it was like, oh, it doesn't look like you're here. And then it just like sat on that error like message, and it wouldn't get off of that, right? And didn't give me a choice to share my location again. So my thought on that is, if you sharing your location is the only way, I'm so sick of seeing that fucking cat food behind me. So if sharing your location is the only way that McDonald's is going to be able to get your food, not my food. It was for my kid. I don't eat at McDonald's. I'm not judging you if you eat at McDonald's, but McDonald's, I just in general don't. If I'm going to eat fast food, it's not McDonald's. But if you have to press that button that says share your location for them to know that you're there, my thought is that there shouldn't even be an option, and it should say you have to share your fucking location or you're not going to get your food. So the guy at the microphone speaker thing asked me for the order number. I give him the order number. He says, fine, go to the second window. I go to the second window. I take my phone and I go, I have this order. The guy takes my phone and he's wearing gloves. But like, how long have you been wearing these plastic gloves that are the kind of plastic gloves that like come with my relaxer kit? Like they're made out of like sandwich bags kind of thing. And he's looking at my phone, and I'm just like sitting here like this other person is holding my phone. And then this other girl comes up and she's not even actually wearing any gloves. And she takes my phone and she's like looking at, and I'm just like, I literally was just like this, like the whole time. God damn, why do I keep putting that cat food back there? Oh, there's a cat. Oh, this guy. I took him outside on the patio today because I do that sometimes. And he jumped up on the fence and jumped into the neighbor's deck. And I was like, get your ass back here. What are you doing? And having this totally, like, I got totally traumatized that he was going to get over there and just stay over there and not be able to figure out how to go back. And I was going to have to go knock on their door when I haven't even met them. And this is so weird because, like, this is how quiet my place is, that, like, my last neighbors who, like, used to bug the hell out of me because they would play their bass, like, it's a long story. I'm not even going to get into it and raise my blood pressure, but they moved, and I hadn't even realized they moved until I was like, I'm not hearing any noises like from over there. And then because this is a condo and we share a wall, and then these new people moved in. I didn't hear anything for like weeks, and then like one weekend I heard them like with like what sounded like surround sound, like watching a movie or playing a video game with like this bass, and it like rumbled my wall a couple of times. And now it's been several weeks and I haven't heard a fucking peep. So I don't know what the fuck is going on. But anyway, I didn't want to go knock on the door. I haven't even seen them. I don't even know what they look like. The way that we're set up, like you don't ever like have to see your neighbors in this thing, which some people would like love. I don't mind it. And other people would be like, wow, that's just not neighborly. But anyway, where the fuck was I going? So when I got my phone back, I literally like, I had hand sanitizer in my car, which I need to put more in my car because I used the last of it. I'm literally like just squirting hand sanitizer on my phone and just like rubbing it. Like, I don't even know what the fuck to do. And did it again when I came home and stuff. But yeah, pandemics. Like before the pandemic, I think that I would have like, I wouldn't have been like that about it, obviously. It's just such a different time, and we're all going to be different, maybe like forever in a way, you know, or at least for years probably. And it's just crazy because I just remember back in March when it seemed like, you know, by summer everything's going to be fine, or by May 1st everything's going to be fine. And I think about how in February I was able to go somewhere and I decided not to go anywhere, and then I was going to do it in April. And that's a first world problem because I'm alive and I'm healthy. Granted, every time, like yesterday, I had a sore throat, and I'm pretty sure it has something to do with this cleaning stuff that we're using at work that I'm possibly allergic to, because I'm like not allergic rhinitis, could be allergic to any fucking thing. My throat was like hella sore, and I had a headache, but also I drank some Cab last night, which I hadn't had any Cabernet in a like, and it was a Cabernet Sauvignon, and I don't know what other kind of Cabernets there are, but this is what this one was. It was unruly, black, rampant Cab Sauvignon. Anyway, I I hadn't had one in a long time because I had decided that I didn't like cabs. And I have a friend who was giving me a hard time because all I ever really drink is rosé, because rosé is extremely drinkable. And when you're sitting on a Zoom, it's easy to just like chug it and stuff. Not that I chug it, but it's very drinkable. And cabs are, bigger and bolder generally, like as far as your red wines go. And I love a Merlot and I love a Pinot, a Zinfandel. But the last cab that I must have had must have been like put some hair on my chest kind of cab, like strong. And I had just in my head, like when I'm looking for wine, I don't even look at cabs because I just decided I didn't like them. So to prove a point that I could like handle drinking a cab and just to see if I still liked a cab, I bought this Bevmo 5-cent sale and a coupon. I had a coupon also. I love a coupon. Sign up if you like booze, like seriously, and you have a Bevmo near you. You should sign up for them coupons. Sign up, put your email in there, and maybe send you some coupons and shit. It's good stuff. Anyway, so I had some last night, and I know nothing about wine, but I opened up the bottle like an hour before I was going to drink it, and then I have an aerator thingy, which I think one of my besties gave me who likes wine and stuff, and I don't think I'd ever used it before, so I actually poured the wine through the aerator too. I was like, let me just be all proper about this with my 5-cent bottle of wine, which would have been like $17, which, I mean, if you are willing to drink some wine from Trader Joe's that is like $4 or $5, then like that's a not an inexpensive bottle of wine for $18. And there are people who would be watching this and be like, hey, you're so uncouth and only drink wines that are $20 or $30. But whatever, good for you. I'm glad that you have that money that you can spend on wine. I don't. So every once in a while, every rare at a winery maybe, but because anyway, I do love wine, but I just know if I like it or if I don't like it. And I have to say, last night I did like this, and I find that it is bolder, obviously, than my rosé, so I drink it much more slowly, which was good. I drank less wine than I normally would on a Zoom, and but I also had like such a freaking headache after, and I don't know if that has something to do with, I'm not sure what that has to do with. I've been trying to do keto. That's not really going very well. Like, I'm not eating cookies and stuff, but like I'm eating too much peanut butter, which I shouldn't even be eating that, and not been counting my stuff, and it's hard because part of me just wants to be like, fuck it, let me just stay this fat and eat whatever the fuck I want and just be happy and have those things bringing me joy. And there's plenty of delicious things that I eat, but it's hard to explain. I just I got a lot of fucking things on my mind right now. Anyway, I don't even know where I was going. I'm just I was delighted to find that I do like cab. I did like this cab. I didn't like that I had a headache. I don't have a headache today. I don't have a sore throat today. Hopefully it will stay that way. I do feel all stuffy as usual. I did grind the hell out of my teeth last night. I did pull out my mouth guard to hopefully try to use that tonight. I can't believe it's already been 10 minutes and that I kept talking. And there's really no point to this as usual. You got to be really fucking bored if you've hung in all this time, or out of things to watch on TV. So if you're still here, I appreciate it. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you want to like it, that's great. If you want to subscribe, that's great. I'm not sure why you would, because I don't even know why I would listen to this, frankly. I don't know. Just, I guess, because then you will see there's someone who is more neurotic than you are, who is less good at adulting than you are, who is more of a hot mess than you are. And then that makes you feel better, because you'll be like, wow, I have my shit together compared to Jen, because she's really fucking mess. She's crying in the drive-thru. And I didn't even cry in a drive-thru today, kind of thing. So then you're welcome, basically. Anyway, thanks.